This is the Future of Flight resource, where we'll be looking at the Theory of Flight booklet. This activity looks at how things that fly have a range of different roles and how engineers need to consider these roles as well as the safety aspects in their design. The start of this booklet starts with a case study. This is Sophie, who is an aerodynamics engineer, so students can see how this information is applicable in careers. The first activity is looking at flight in nature. This is where students are going to look at things that fly and how they might have similar shapes because their movements can also be similar. This then links on to an activity for them to research biomimicry. This is where they can look at other designs that have been inspired by nature, as well as being able to have a go at doing their own designs inspired by something they've seen in nature as well. The next activity is forces of flight. This is where students will consider how the forces acting on objects moving through the air will affect their movement. So you'll have the thrust from the engine that moves it forwards, the lift, you'll have the weight, and then also the resistance force of the drag as it moves through the air. Students will need to consider these forces as they make their own gliders. Templates for these gliders can be found in the kits. They'll just need some glues in order to put each part together. Once the gliders have been formed, they'll be able to change the angle of the wings, they'll be able to change the shapes, and also weight distribution to see how that affects the movement through the air. The last activity in this resource is testing forces in a wind tunnel. Each kit comes with this fantastic wind tunnel. You get all the different parts and all the instructions needed to put this together. This wind tunnel will house the motor so that you can create a flow of air. This will then be connected to a crumble kit. You'll have a display that shows the force in millinewtons, which then connects to this force sensor here. Students can place their designs to see the amount of lift that is generated as it goes inside the wind tunnel. So as you can see, when the object is inside the wind tunnel, we will get a negative reading in millinewtons if there is lift and a positive number if there is no lift. So they can look at how much lift is generated by their designs. A free downloadable version of this resource can be found on the Royal Academy of Engineering's website.